The project is called the Bedfellows. It's a cover for the bed and two side curtains. The bed is up in the main bedroom. It's a scale 4-poster bed that was made specifically for Tudor House.
This is the day when we're going to have the excitement of hanging the fabulous output from the project. I'm Jim Panter. I'm the chair of the museum. We've been going since 2003. The museum exists to show Tudor architecture, to show the Tudor ways of life, and importantly, what the house was built for. It was built by a clothier. He conducted his business from this house, this very house. We addressed the bedchamber according to an inventory that existed from the period. What we've done is actually been able to complete the picture by the Arts Council England's fabulous grant and the Bedfellows project. It's been an absolute revelation to see the work that the volunteers have done to produce that beautiful piece of fabric.
The Bedfellows project began in 2019, but it came to a little bit of a halt in 2020, and then we restarted it again in 2021. We've had 40 participants over the years that the project has been running, and they've made some really long-lasting friendships.
At the outset of the project, the aims were threefold. First of all, we were there to actually recruit volunteers to produce the fabric. Secondly, we were to plan and design a counterpane that was suitable for the bed that we're talking about. And thirdly, we were to hold monthly stitching sessions to allow the volunteers to come together and produce this fabulous piece of work.
Anybody who would like to join in was welcomed, which meant that we had very skilled members who'd been in the Embroiderers Guild, to volunteers who had decided they quite fancied to try it again after enjoying it at junior school.
It's been really interesting learning about the history of the Tudor house from the things that we were sewing.
I loved the fact that I could take pieces home to work on, and that we could also meet here to work on the project, and it's been really exciting to see it grow.
It's been great to sit down with different people and just sort of learn from each other, different age groups, different life experiences, and just sit, talk, sometimes not talk. We can sit in peaceable silence.
It's exciting seeing it coming near the end, near completion. So these have been quite exciting few months, really, the last few months.
It's really exciting to be here today to actually see all of our work go public onto the bed so people can see what we've been up to.
When we've had visitors coming to see us in Worcester, this is definitely on the tourist trail, and we'll bring them here and take them upstairs and say that's where the bed hanging is going to be.
The project was completed a few days ago, and now the curtains are ready to be hung and the counterpane displayed in the bedchamber.
So now the moment's come. Let's go upstairs and hang the curtains.
The curtain design was the tree of life, which was a very popular motif at that time. It was a tree that grew all sorts of fruit, stylised leaves, insects. Beneath the tree there are plants and animals. The bed cover is much more about Worcester and Tudor House.
Come up a bit more.
The research of the house.
As well as the 24 Tudor roses, there is the stag from Fort Royal, part of the Clothiers Guild, a lion with a shuttle in its mouth, the Ryland sheep, from which broadcloth was made, the lute the lady of the house played, the addition of the Worcester black pear, the wyvern tile that was made nearby, the archery butt, the coat of arms of the diocese of the cathedral, the old pack horse bridge, a trow from the river, and the chad, which is a fish peculiar to the Severn.
We like to think that we give something back to the volunteers that work with us. And in particular, we like to believe that we're developing a sense of community so people enjoy coming here and actually get something from it at a personal level.
It's sort of at that sort of stage now, the excitement of finishing this project, but also, oh, what do we do next?
The social aspect of this project has been really crucial, and many cups of coffee have been drunk over the years, and there's been lots and lots of conversations, and that's really been one of the great things about this project. The legacy of the project is that we have a beautiful counterpane and curtains on the bed, but actually the friendships that have been made along the way and the fact that the group want to meet and continue to sew together is one of the great things that has come about.
I would love for something to continue in some form or other with some of the resources we've got, whether it's cushion covers or other textiles around the museum. I'd love to keep going with it.
I might be romanticising the idea of sewing in the past, but I feel like there's a heritage of therapy about women around a table sewing.
We do still want to keep the group going in some shape or form because we quite like the coming together and the new people that we've met.
As chairman of the museum, I'd like to extend a huge vote of thanks to all the volunteers who've assisted in the bedchamber project, but particularly to Abby, the curator, who's organised and administered things, and massive vote of thanks to Debbie, who's led the project from start to finish and done a fantastic job for us.
We don't have to just point to a space and say, that's where the hanging's going to be. There is the hanging, and I've worked on that.